7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother... What we do here is go back.
Hey everyone, Steve and Jessi here. Hopefully y'all can hear me this time on the intro. I know that cut out last time, but yeah, welcome to another live chat. I'm looking at the chat right now. Some interesting stuff flowing through already.
Ooh, fun.
Nice.
I don't know.
You should. Oh, you hit that.
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what that's
Sid, if you send a super chat with that same message, we'll allow it. How about that?
I'll read it out loud.
How about that?
It's good enough.
Welcome everyone. This is going to be an AEW Full Gear prediction show. I'm Steven Jensen here as always with Jessi Davin. And as always, super chats and donations are going to be super important this episode, mainly because we're going to go from the pre-show through the main event. And if you want your questions answered, if you want your predictions out there, if there's anything at all you want us to talk about, even if it's non-AEW related, if you send us a super chat or a donation, which the link is in the description, then we'll make sure to address that for you 100% right here on the air and try to give you your money's worth the best that we can.
Of course.
Yes. Before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to to James Vanderbeek on Twitter, the dude who's like always putting funny stuff out there and trolling people. He made this shirt and I had to buy it. It's a WCW Mall Brawl shirt,
nice.
which is, basically it's a play on words with Mallrats, one of my favorite movies of all time. And I even have the blueprints for the movie. Like, that's all like movie. So
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan. So I went ahead and bought this. Felt like I had to. Very, very clever idea. I'm a huge WCW fan. I'm a huge Mallrats fan. So wanted to throw that out there. Jessi, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Obviously, I think like everyone else, been kind of distracted with some big old news, but trying not to let that stress me out. Trying not to hate anyone or anything. Just being respectful and kind to everyone. Doing my part, my extra part to kind of spread a little kindness goes a long way. So sending everyone out there love, no matter who you voted for. If you didn't vote, if you don't live in this country, and if you don't care, I still love you anyway. But yeah, we will not be talking politics today. Just to let anybody know, that is not our play. Well, I mean, I guess it is kind of coerced citizens, but it's not what we want to talk about. We want to distract everyone. From. Oh, okay. She's already into Christmas stuff right now, so she's like letting me know everything.
Same. I get it.
In December, so.
Oh, you get hit with the double whammy. Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I already started. So, anyways, but yeah, so hopefully this will be a good distraction for everyone, because that's kind of what we want. We just want everyone to feel happy and chill and relax a little bit. I'm excited for Full Gear. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I just want to show this shirt off one more time. I'm going to try to get myself a screen cap of this to send the guy.
You want me to do it? I can do it right now. Ready? Say cheese. Okay, I got it.
Awesome.
That's not a very good picture of me. Oh, well.
Do you want to redo it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, let's redo it. Hey, can you do it? Because you're really quick with that. If you can do you know who I'm talking about on Twitter? Could you tag him? Could you post it and tag him? I'll send you his Twitter. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Got it.
Better.
There we go.
Okay. Got him.
The only thing I'll say about politics, y'all, the only thing at all, is I live in Fulton County, Georgia, which is going to determine the entire thing. So I think that is just crazy. Well, George is going to determine, it's one of those things where, Georgia's, I really fully believe Trump was going to take Georgia, before the election. I thought it was going to be a complete blowout. And it's wild. They keep talking about my Fulton County.
Isn't that weird?
It's Fulton County's going to, and I'm sitting here regardless of who I voted for, who I didn't vote for, if I voted at all, nobody put it on me who wants to be the president. It was not completely up to me.
Usually it's on me. I'm in Florida. I'm hanging Chadville over here.
True. Very true.
But, yeah. So, anyways, I hope everyone just chillaxes and... what did I do? I just did something. Hold on. I'm slacking today on cropping. There we go.
No, you're good. This is gonna be a chill show, y'all. I'm gonna pop a mango Truly right now. As a matter of fact, we'll chill out.
Oh, I thought you said True Leave, which is the medical marijuana dispensary that I go to.
Well, oh no,
right now, obviously.
You don't even have medical marijuana here.
Oh.
It's just completely illegal still.
Why is it not letting me crop this? Maybe it did. I don't know.
If not, I can always do it afterwards.
No, it should let me. Oh, wait. Duh. I forgot to hit done. I forgot.
Are you in Photoshop or on your computer? No, I was
just screen cap. I just screen capped it.
Use an or MacBook or whatever, Apple product, or is it a?
Yeah, it's an Apple product. So it was kind of like on your phone. You take a screen on your phone.
Yeah, that's so convenient because I use a PC still. Because it works really really well for my video editing. Yeah, but the problem. Well,
it does. Yeah.
but for screen captures it sucks because I can capture the screen, but then I have to put it into Photoshop to crop the image how I want it and stuff. It isn't just taking a screenshot and editing it like a phone. I have to do a whole. I have to open up programs and it's a whole thing. All right, sweet. Well, this has been a good intro to the show. Are you gonna send it to me? Okay, perfect. And then I'll post it because I'm gonna put a link for the show also on it.
Okay. My daughter's microphone is glitching.
If you can DM it to me, that'd be the easiest.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do right now.
Sweet.
Oh my god, I have so many unread DMs. Oh my god.
I can only imagine.
I don't even go in there. Onlyfans.com/JessidaBuckeye if you want to DM me, because I got 1,000 unread ones. Let's see if this is it. That's not it. That's not it.
And keep the questions coming, y'all. I'm seeing everything in the chat. This is all these things are things we're going to be talking about throughout the...
Yeah, gonna get there. Okay. I guess we should probably start before we get people mad because they want to be... Okay. I think I sent it. Ding dong.
Okay, perfect. There it is. Huh. Great picture.
I should send you the other one. It was bad like this.
You got the Ethan Klein.
I know.
Let's see. I'll be done with that in just a second, y'all.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
good. While you're doing that, just to let you guys know again, if you guys want to super chat your predictions while we're talking about it, we will be more than happy to interrupt what we're saying. And
you need a...
Sorry about that, y'all.
No, maybe for your birthday. So super chats really help, and we also do have a tip, Streamlabs tip link in the description of the video as well. You can go through there. We have Easter eggs and stuff like that for different number amounts that relate to wrestling. So that's cool too. Obviously, there's no pressure to do that. We completely understand, but it does really help us out because sometimes these videos do get demonetized because wrestling is it's on the cusp of what's advertiser friendly, apparently. So we try to be advertiser friendly, but sometimes it doesn't work out, so that does help us out. But anyways, even if you can't, we love our chat. Keep chatting. Give this video a like, share it, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, uncle, everyone. Non-relatives, too. Adopted relatives, half sisters. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bro. I'm so bad at tweeting while I'm doing this, y'all. Sorry.
It's alright. Just got started.
A lot of people talking about Sting in the chat. Dude, I could definitely see Sting and Darby Allin being a thing.
Ooh, that would be spicy. I would like that. Sting kind of passing the torch to Darby Allin. I could get down with that.
Yeah, because Cody has talked about that also, how he sees Darby Allin as being a young Sting and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, and Cody really likes Sting as well, and I do know that WWE stopped selling Sting merchandise, I believe, and removed him from the page, the WWE page or whatever, which just could be kind of the Brock Lesnar thing, the whole contract thing. But I mean, that would be a pretty big reveal for Full Gear.
I think it'd be, yeah. The only thing that sucks about this entire time frame with the debuts and stuff is of course the no fans and all. I mean, they're doing some fans at least.
Yeah, some fans, yeah.
Why is it not letting me save the damn image? That's so annoying. I'll just have to do it afterwards. That's so annoying. Why won't it let me save this as just a JPEG? Oh, this is riveting stuff, guys.
My daughter's already can you guys just be done?
Oh I'll deal with the picture afterwards for the replay.
Right.
Look it. Alright, so let's talk about this, y'all.
Let's do it.
Throwbacks in the house. What's up, man? Welcome back.
And Dylan, I made Dylan a mod too. So
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Dylan, if you're still in chat, you did a little blue wrench too.
Yes.
Girl. She's under my chair.
All right, so let's just get into this. I'm gonna pull up the Full Gear card.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with the pre-show, and we're just gonna go up through the list. So once again, just let us know in the chat who do you think is gonna win and lose these matches. If you have any other swerves or debuts or anything you think might be happening, let us know. If you say it in the chat, we're paying attention to the chat, don't worry. But if you super chat it, we will, it'll pop up on the screen. We'll make sure to talk about it, all right? So, Starting off, we got Allison Kay and Serena Deeb. This is going to be for the National Wrestling Alliance Women's Championship that Serena Deeb recently won from Thunder Rosa. Shout out to Thunder Rosa, who has been doing some training with our friend Jamie Kilstein lately, which is really cool. I plan on talking to Jamie tomorrow about that. Episode should be ready hopefully Saturday. So we'll be talking about that. But yeah, what do you think about this match between Serena Deeb and Allison Kay, and who do you think wins?
I think it's actually going to be a really good match. I think they put it on a buy-in for a reason because they want people to kind of buy into the pay-per-view. I don't think it's like an insult. I really do. I like how they call the pre-show the buy-in just because that's what it is. It's a buy-in. And especially because of AEW. Yes, I flopped. And because, AEW doesn't have a network, you've got to pay good money. I think that they want to put a match on there that'll make people interested. And especially right now, with everything going on, they're going to want to drive some interest. I think that Serena Deeb wins. However, I do think that this will be a good match. I think it'll be fun. I am really, really happy that they signed her. They signed her, right?
Yeah, Serena. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I do remember that. That wasn't a fever dream. I'm really happy with that signing. Did they sign Allison Kay yet?
I'm not sure if they've signed her or not, but I'd expect her to be signed because
yeah.
Here's something I want to bring up real quick that's kind of related to both WWE, WWE, AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, and stuff. There's a lot of people getting signed off the indies right now. I can't say who is going where, but I've known for a little while now, and it's one of those things where I hate being I know something you don't know, but I know of 6 wrestlers who are heading to the PC right now. That pretty much everyone knows. So there's a lot of people getting signed by the WWE right now. So if AEW is smart and Allison Kay is consistently putting on consistently good performances, I think AEW needs to sign Allison Kay. And I also think they need to go onto the indies and sign wrestlers like Alley Cat and some others, because there is some really good female talent out there that can really help that division. But I wanted to throw that out there. WWE just signed 6 wrestlers that I know of that are going to make it's going to be a big influx of talent going to the Performance Center. So we'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, what's do you think Serena's going to retain here?
I do. I think she needs to. I just think for the NWA Women's Championship, I think that just makes sense. Have her defend it a few times, and it's nice that she gets to defend it on buy-in for a pay-per-view as well. I think that's really good. So,
yeah.
I thought her match with Thunder Rosa was really good too. Didn't she? She had a match. Right?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, it was really good.
My pregnancy brain is in full swing, so I will be fact checking myself just periodically, just because my brain's shambles. But yeah, I thought that match was really good. I think AEW really needs to revamp their women's division. I think this is a great way to start doing that. I think it's a great match, and I'm really excited to see it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I really like the relationship with the National Wrestling Alliance. I think it's smart for both companies.
So smart, yeah. Yeah,
because it's one of those things where, the NWA has also been good from what we know as far as, a good example would be James Storm. There was reports that James Storm was going to sign with the WWE before the pandemic, and the NWA was let him out of his contract so he could do it. And we saw Ricky Starks come from NWA straight over to AEW. Eddie Kingston is kind of in the same boat. He was wrestling for NWA. Obviously, he signed to AEW, and we're going to be talking about him a lot here in a minute. So I also think it's one of those things where the NWA isn't going to stranglehold their talent if they have bigger and better opportunities. And I think Thunder Rosa is kind of in that boat, because it's I think that AEW is going to continue to use Thunder Rosa, whether she's signed to the NWA or not. Because here's the other thing: the NWA isn't running shows right now, and they haven't for pretty much almost the whole year
since the whole controversy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's so they've been having a lot of their talent on these UWN primetime live shows that have been running these mini pay-per-view events they've been doing. A lot of that talent's been wrestling there lately, but I think that anyone who's got an opportunity to wrestle for AEW or WWE, I think, especially AEW, I think they're going to have a really good relationship with them. But yeah, I'm going to take Serena Deeb to retain also, and I think she's a great signing. For those of you who don't remember, Serena Deeb, a lot of us remember her from being a part of the Straight Edge Society with CM Punk 10 years ago, shaved her head and the whole deal. And she was a good wrestler then. And now she's really, really good. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really good match. Speaking of another match that I'm looking forward to, it was moved from the pre-show up to the main card. We have Orange Cassidy taking on John Silver. This is a match I remember seeing at Beyond Wrestling like a couple years ago. This exact match. I'm sure there's going to do, and I think Beyond Wrestling might have actually uploaded that for free to YouTube recently. If anyone wants to check that match out. Beyond Wrestling had a lot of really good Orange Cassidy stuff that I would highly recommend on IWTV. He was a 2-time IWTV champion, as a matter of fact. But Orange Cassidy and John Silver, I think this match is going to be straight comedy. I mean, it's going to show the different side of Orange Cassidy that we've been seeing lately. Lately, we've been seeing the serious Orange Cassidy who's been going for championships. I think in this one, we're going to see a lot of John Silver mimicking Orange Cassidy and a lot of comedy between the two. I think it'll be really good, and I fully expect Orange Cassidy to win. I mean, I don't think you go from beating Jericho to like a draw with Cody to losing to John Silver. I just don't see that happening. But I think it'll be good. What do you think?
I agree. I think it'll be really good. I think Orange Cassidy and John Silver are both incredibly talented wrestlers that can flip that switch from comedy to serious very, very well. I think that they're both incredibly talented, and I think a lot of people are probably really excited to see Orange Cassidy in this match, but I think a lot of people should be excited to see John Silver too. I think John Silver is incredibly talented. Very, very good wrestler. So I think, like you said, it's interesting that you said it's going to be mostly comedy, because I was thinking it may be serious, but you're kind of right. I think it will kind of edge towards that comedy, and I really think that Orange Cassidy kind of needs to get back to his roots a little bit with the comedy stuff, just because even though it's great to see him as a serious wrestler, like wrestling Jericho and, you know, getting title shots and everything like that, it's at the same time, it's not exactly who he is. It's nice to see every once in a while, but his true character, if it's the Orange Cassidy purist, is comedy and laziness, and he hasn't been very lazy. He hasn't been very lazy lately, so.
Exactly. In all honesty, I would have after this pay-per-view, I'd have Orange Cassidy not wrestle again until like the next pay-per-view. Like I would do.
Yeah, just have him be lazy.
Exactly. Like,
have him chill.
Because that's what got him over. I think he's great at both. Because that's the thing. He's, even for those of you who don't, like, you can. It's pretty public knowledge at this point.
I have to take Scarlett to the bathroom really quick, so you keep talking.
Yeah, no problem. I got the chat. I can go back and forth with for a second. I think that like even Orange Cassidy stuff in Chikara under other gimmicks, which y'all can look into if you want to find out who he was in Chikara. His wrestling has always been really, really good. JGZ, welcome back to the chat, man. JGZ is in here all the time. Says, I got to start watching MLW. I'd recommend it. Mance Warner, who might still be their champion. I can't remember exactly where Mance lies right now, but I think Mance Warner has the most potential of anyone on the indies right now. I think that he's going to be a humongous deal wherever he winds up, whether it be WWE or AEW or even Impact Wrestling. I'm assuming AEW, but I think Mance, not to put anyone else down, but I think Mance has, I mean, he's the best. He's the most ready, TV ready guy on the indies right now. And also in MLW, I would also recommend checking out Calvin Tankman, because he... Oh, sorry, y'all. I don't know why that is being covered up, but I will fix that.
What is it?
Somebody just sent a donation through...
Oh, awesome.
So...
Probably, was it Marty?
It was Marty. I'll read that out
Awesome,
in just a second
Marty,
for y'all.
Thank you. Send it through the Streamlabs. Thank you, Marty.
He did. Thank you, Marty, very much. But yeah, another guy. There's a lot of people to watch out for in MLW. I think Kevin Koo and Dominic Garini, Violence is Forever, is a really good tag team. I think that, like I said, Calvin Tankman is gonna be a humongous star. So I'd really pay attention to him right now.
And Steven knows. Steven watches everything. So.
I do. It's my job. Fightful Select Weekender podcast. I keep, but even if I wasn't doing that show, like I love independent wrestling. But anyway, yeah, MLW is a really, really good company to keep your eyes on. And yeah, this match, Orange Cassidy, John Silver. I think we both got Orange Cassidy. We both think it'll be a good match. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. What did Marty say?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Marty with the super chat says, "Keep up the good work. Enjoy the show. Hope Hangman cleans up on the cleaner."
Ooh, Marty, let's send some fighting words. Thank you so much, Marty, for that super chat, for whatever Streamlabs tip donation thing. It really means a lot to us. Thank you so much. It really, really does.
Yes, it really does.
Input.
And yeah, we're going to talk about that main event, Marty.
Yes,
We will
we
absolutely
will.
talk about that. And y'all, I got to don the Orange Cassidy style shades right now. It's starting to, for y'all, for those of you who don't know, who probably think I look douchey wearing sunglasses inside, everything behind me, because it's like the weather's so good.
fun.
Yeah, I have all my windows open behind me. It's 4 large windows. So like a few times a day, the way that the sun sets, it just comes right into my eyes. So that's why I wear the sunglasses, just so y'all know. But oh, Dylan with the super chat. Dylan. Want to go ahead and read that, Jesse?
Dylan, thank you. Dylan, new mod in the chat, says, I'm predicting that the Inner Circle turns on Jericho and make him a babyface and let MJF be the leader of the Inner Circle. I mentioned that in my review. Go check out his review, by the way, on his channel. There's a lot of cool stuff over there. Thank you so much, Dylan. Yeah, that's actually a really good prediction, because it does seem like there is some animosity with the Inner Circle to Jericho right now. It really does seem that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I fully expect that exact scenario, Dylan. I just don't know if it happens at Full Gear or not. But I think that is where the story. I think that is where the story goes. I think eventually MJF either takes over the Inner Circle, or is the reason that the Inner Circle disbands. Because I also can't really imagine him and Sammy Guevara really coexisting, because they're such natural enemies for each other. Mm-hmm. So maybe Sammy leaves the Inner Circle when MJF comes in, because I think Sammy's going to be a really big baby face eventually. You just kind of have to get over the hurdle of the outside the ring stuff that he dealt with, and also his very unlikable character, which he does very well,
Yeah,
but
him almost killing.
yeah,
Party.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing with someone like Sammy Guevara is his in-ring ability is so insanely good that he'll be an even better babyface than a heel, because he can go out there and do all the crazy stuff.
The double outside dive on Dynamite was wild.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's very agile.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Yeah, it's on you for the prediction for this one first, Jesse. Do you think that Jericho or MJF, who will have Wardlow in his corner? So MJF will have Wardlow. The Inner Circle theoretically should be backing Jericho, but we have seen the little bit of ascension, like you mentioned. Even last night it was Ortiz and Sammy versus MJF and Wardlow, because those are the two who really don't want MJF in the Inner Circle. So yeah, what's your prediction for this one?
I think MJF is going to join the Inner Circle. I think having Wardlow there seals the deal. I think Wardlow could outpower the Inner Circle single-handedly right now, with the way that they've been kind of goofing. So I do think MJF wins. Chris Jericho doesn't need to win. He just doesn't, and I think that having him win would be kind of silly. It would kind of diminish MJF a little bit. Okay. She was just talking about Polly Pocket.
Wait, she was talking about what?
Polly Pocket.
Oh, I remember those. That's still around?
Yeah, it's back. It's back.
Okay.
It's better than ever.
You know what else I heard is coming back? Creepy crawlers. Remember those? The oven? I'm thinking about getting
those.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting one for myself. Or asking for it for Christmas. How cool would that be? And I'm even better. Got one of 32. Like imagine just at Christmas opening creepy crawlers in front of my family, and
that would be great. Be like going back to 1996.
I mean, to be fair though, that's pretty much what my Christmas looks like, anyways. Because like I just asked for action figures and stuff. Like, yeah. Anyways, that's so off topic, but no.
Security system.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. We can talk about that after the show a little bit. Thanks for keeping me updated on that. By the way, you're dealing with some scary shit, but like I'm glad like you're getting it handled. But don't think that I don't mind. It's just not that I don't care. It's just there's only so much I can really say about that. Where I'm just like that's just crazy. Yeah.
But anyways, I wish I had a Wardlow in my corner. But I do really agree with Dylan's prediction. Like you said, though, Steven, I don't know if it happened at Full Gear, because I do feel like AEW is really, really good about kind of perfectly, like, spreading big events out. Like, MJF being Jericho and joining the Inner Circle is a big enough event on its own. And I feel like the split needs to take a little bit of time. They need to coast this one out a few dynamites, maybe one, I don't know. But I feel like they could coast this one out a couple more dynamites. And we'll really see, because think about it, Chris Jericho doesn't need Inner Circle. He doesn't.
No.
I feel like MJF, now that his campaign, I guess, is over, he needs kind of that backing with like a group, because while he is a great heel and he's a good wrestler, he's got some weakness. He's got a few L's, So, and while he does have a campaign to run on, so to speak, with the fact that Jon Moxley is the band and all of that, it would be nice to have people other than Wardlow in his corner, especially a big group of people. I think that it makes MJF even more intimidating than he already is, because while he's great on the mic, the physical backup just makes it a little bit more special.
Yeah, and like Dylan was saying, I think that this is all going to be used as a vehicle to turn Jericho babyface. Like, I think that that's where they're going to eventually go with this, and I'm totally fine with that. Here's a question that I got for you. Who do you think I want to beat MJF? Like, who do you think I think MJF should lose to? 3, 2...
Cassidy, I don't know.
The answer is nobody. So it's a rhetorical question. MJF should not be. He just shouldn't be losing any matches. Like, he just needs to keep beating people. His only loss all year is to Moxley, and that one, the way they did it, made sense. And Moxley's been built as just an awesome champion. So, like, no shame there. But I don't think MJF. I think MJF's next loss should be him losing the world championship like a year from now. Like some sort, like, it's gonna be, or maybe even later than that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see I want to see him beat Jericho. I want to see whether it's the inner. I think what we'll probably get is MJF is gonna beat Jericho, however it happens this weekend, and then we get a lot of really good stuff with MJF and Jericho teaming up. Whether it's a tag team or just like an alliance that helps, Jericho maybe get towards like the TNT title, since he hasn't done that, and maybe helps MJF get towards the world title again, or maybe the tag titles. They'll figure something out where AEW has been really good with the long-term stories for the most part. Mm-hmm. Even if the story itself hasn't been the best always, like I don't think the FTR versus Young Bucks build has been like what I would have done, but it's still something where they didn't just have the team come in and just do the match. Like, there was a nice build for it. In a lot of this stuff, Omega versus Hangman is a perfect example. Long-term stories. And I think that's what we're getting with MJF and Jericho. It should take a minute, and I don't know exactly, because eventually MJF's going to turn on Wardlow, but, like, does that mean he sides with the Inner Circle?
Or Wardlow turn on MJF.
Yeah, true. One of those two scenarios will happen, and it will result in Wardlow becoming a babyface. And I think he has a lot of potential as a top babyface. Another super chat, Ahmed. Thank you for joining again.
Ahmed, welcome back.
Yes.
I'm glad to see all your faces.
Yes, this has been great. Jess, if you want to read that one out, thank you, Ahmed.
Of course, Ahmed. Thank you so much. Long time no see. We missed you. Everything was built great for Full Gear except for Omega versus Cage. Missed you guys. Always good to catch you live. It's always good to have you live. So thank you so much. And yeah, I can kind of see how you would say that. I feel like it's been built pretty well. I think the way they got there was a little predictable, if I'm going to be critical.
Sure.
I feel like the way that they got to this, like, match being official, like this tournament, like, we all knew how it was going to end up. Like, we all knew. Even my husband was complaining. He's like, this is getting predictable.
Like, they didn't need the tournament. Yeah. Like, they could have just done the match. There's enough there to just do the match, right?
Yeah, but I'm not complaining. But yeah, so I completely respect that opinion. And I hope that at least, I know the build probably wasn't good for you on that, but I really hope that the match is good and it makes you happy. So thank you again so much for this chat. It really means a lot.
Yes, thank you again, Ahmed. You rule, and I'm with Jesse and you. Like, I mean, the match itself is going to be awesome. I think we all can agree on that. But yeah, they didn't even need the tournament. Like, there's enough. Instead of doing the tournament, they could have just planted the seeds more and more for one of the two, like, really turning on the other. But we'll see where it all goes. I do have faith in AEW's booking overall. So me and you are both excuse me, we're both taking MJF. I go over Jericho.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Next up, we got the AEW Women's World Championship. Hikaru Shida defending the title against Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero. A couple things I want to say real quick. So we have Nyla Rose, who really hasn't done anything to like earn the title, but she has been the number one ranked woman for a while now. So it doesn't totally make no sense, but it's also like been there, done that. It kind of feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this: last night on Impact, jeez, I'm getting all my shows all screwed up. Last night on Dynamite, I think that it was the best night that Vicky and Nyla have had so far together since they've been on the show. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was hilarious how Nyla just straight cucked Brandy after that match.
Yes.
I thought it was like, because Vicky was on the microphone like, Red Velvet, so you can't win even with the help of the EVP of the company. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, Brandy, well, we have some real business to attend to, so y'all can get out of here. And then they just left. Like, it wasn't like a fight or like it was like you're right, okay, we're out of here. And I was like, it
was a mic drop.
It was, and it wasn't so much like the cucking of Brandy. It made Vicky look the best she has looked since she's been in AEW. Like, she looks like, I loved the promo.
Like a serious manager now. Well, not serious, but you know what I mean?
Yes. No, yeah, 100%. And Vicky, or not Vicky, I loved how Jericho was on commentary, and he was like, yeah, her ex-husband was one of my best friends, and I know how crazy she can be. You know what I mean? Because he's talking about Eddie, so you get these cool little Eddie any kind of name drops. I love that they're kind of like loosely keeping him a part of wrestling through just like bringing him up every now and then. I think that's great because he deserves it. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think Shida's gonna retain. I don't know why you would put the belt back on Nyla, because I thought her initial title run, or her initial title run, she wasn't the first champion, but you know what I mean. When she had the belt, I thought it was a pretty weak title reign. I think everyone was pretty much clamoring for her to lose the belt, and everyone was happy when Shida beat her. So I don't know why you would go back to that, and especially if you're gonna have people like Serena Deeb and Allison Kay and Thunder Rosa. And, these and others. I mean, Chris Statlander's going to be back soon, and she has a lot of potential.
Yeah. How long has she been out?
It's been almost all year she's been hurt. I think she got hurt in a match with Nyla, if I remember correctly.
This whole year feels like it's just...
Yeah. Statlander's... And Statlander, she's really good. And the thing with her, I'm not huge on intergender wrestling, but Statlander's really good at intergender wrestling. And in 2020, that is a skill that I think is valuable in certain scenarios, because you can say the same thing about like Jordan Grace and Impact Wrestling. Obviously the main example would be Tessa Blanchard, but right now Jordan Grace, like, that's what she's doing, and she's really good at intergender and just against women and against men and trans and anything in between. Like, she can wrestle anyone of any gender, and it's really good and it's really believable. Even though she's like a 5'3" woman, she can wrestle Brian Cage, and like it winds up being a good match. Right, but that's a testament to how good she is. Is like she can wrestle someone like Brian Cage, and it's like a good, believable match, which is like not a lot of people can do.
Elite skill.
Yes, and Statlander can do that kind of stuff. She actually defeated Orange Cassidy for the Independent Wrestling.tv title, and then he won it back from her. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with Hikaru Shida to retain the title. Who do you have?
I am going to go ahead and say that Shida retains. And Ahmed, thank you so much for the super chat. I see it. We're going to get to it. I'm just trying to get this prediction. But thank you so much. We'll get right to it. Again, thank you so much. Appreciated. I completely agree with you. I think it was great for Vicky to go out there and just school Brandy like that. I thought she did the best mic work since she's been in AEW, because let's be real, all she kind of does is get on there and go, excuse me. And it's like, oh yeah, Vicky, yeah, get it. And now it's kind of like, okay, we're giving her manager character a little bit more depth, we're giving her a little bit more of like a serious backing. It's not just Vicky being like annoying or whatever. And so I love that. But like you said, it is kind of interesting that Nyla just kind of shows back up. But that's what happens when you earn that number one contendership. You really, if she earned it, she's got it. She doesn't really have to do anything really. That's what's great about being number one contender. You do the hard work and then you get to sit back and wait for the best opportunity. And apparently Nyla Rose thinks this is the best opportunity to have it. So I think Shida retains. I think this will be a really great match for Nyla Rose to get back onto the scene, make her way back to television, and become another force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I totally agree. We'll see where it all winds up going. Ahmed with the super chat and Chanel with the super chat as well. We're gonna get
what's up? Her and her Scarlet, yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's start with Ahmed's super chat, which says, "They're not heels nor baby faces. It's hard to be that excited for Paige and Omega, but you look at Mox, Eddie, FTR, and Bucks, fully invested for sure." So, but I do, to be fair though, Ahmed, I think that's part of what the intrigue of Omega versus Hangman is that they both are tweeners, and something's got to give eventually. Like one of the two has to. And the thing is that you really don't know who. Well, it looks more like Kenny. But here's what I think is gonna eventually, like long term. I don't know how they wind up getting here. I think eventually what we're gonna get, this kind of bleeds into the main event and my predictions and stuff. I'll talk about that a little bit. I will definitely get to what I was gonna say. But I think that them both being tweeners, I think actually helps the match. Because we could even see a turn during the match. So they're now FTR and the Bucks, same scenario. It's the same scenario for them, and you say that you're invested in that. Which once again, I'm not judging. I'm invested in all of it. I think it's all great. But FTR and the Bucks have been positioned the same way. Where like FTR or the Bucks have been doing a lot of heelish stuff. It looks like they're kind of coming around and realizing like the error of their ways and stuff like that. But for the most part of the build, they've both been tweeners. Mox Eddie, Mox is definitely a babyface, but he acts in his mannerisms. He's very heelish. He just wrestles bad guys. Eddie is. It's funny because Eddie should be the babyface in this scenario based on the story, but because of his delivery and the way that he can be such a snake in the grass on the microphone and with his winking to the camera and all that kind of stuff, he's the heel. Yeah. So it's all really, really interesting stuff. Do you have any thoughts on that? Like, do you think that them, like, any of these wrestling matches having basically, like, two tweeners, not really like a traditional heel and babyface, does that help, hurt, or anything as far as you're concerned?
In a way, I can definitely see Ahmed's point. I feel like he says, it's a pay-per-view. He must know. I mean, there's kind of like an unwritten rule about. Sir, can you please? Fruits and vegetables, cool. I feel like in a traditional wrestling sense, you kind of want a solid. Oh, awesome! I want the corn.
We got pictures of animals.
Pictures of animals.
Yeah.
It's the music.
I want that one. Yeah. But I do think that having a Scarlett, can you just give me a minute, please? Yes, I want all of them. I think that having a solid, defined baby face and a heel does kind of make you okay. I'm gonna read it on my own. I think that it does really help. Kind of. I guess it helps in a sense, like make the storyline go further. But I don't think AEW needs that. I do think it's kind of fun in a non-traditional wrestling sense because you never know which way someone's actually going to turn.
Right.
I don't feel like in this instance it's lazy booking. I feel like it's just complex booking, if that makes any sense. And Ahmed with another super chat says, I'm invested because FTR became the heels, Bucks aren't. That's true. FTR are definitely the heels. And we did see last night kind of a baby face kind of rescuing of the Young Bucks last night when Kenny and Hangman Page both came out and helped them from getting mercilessly beaten in chairs. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think that I think we covered that pretty well. And then Chanel with another super chat. Thank you very much, Chanel.
Thank you.
Is that Chanel's picture? Is that what she really looks like?
I don't know. Maybe. No, that's Ariana Grande.
Oh, that's Ariana Grande. I'm looking at a monitor. No, I was like, that's pretty crazy. Like, I have no idea what these people look like. You know, I don't think that's Ahmed. Is that Cameron Grimes? I can't tell who Ahmed's. But I'm looking at a screen that isn't very close with sunglasses, by the way. Like, I don't have the best view.
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, okay, it looks kind of like Cameron Grimes with this silly hat. Anyway, Chanel, thank you for the super chat. And hey, I like Ariana Grande's music. I actually do. I'll throw that out there. Says, needed this video for the week I have had. I want Anna Jay to be the one to take the title from Shida. I also think AEW should sign Amber Nova. So, love Anna Jay. I'm with you there all the way. I'd be happy with her winning the championship. I think she's pretty good at wrestling, and I think she's very attractive, so I'm all for it. And Amber Nova, same thing. I don't know exactly what Amber Nova is doing right now, though, because she was with Impact Wrestling. She's on the Indies currently, but I don't know. She even did some stuff with WWE not that long ago. I can't remember if it was like NXT or what, but Tom Brady.
It's
Wait,
not
what?
Tom Brady.
No. Oh, messing with
he's messing
Steven.
with- Oh.
Okay, I'm about to say, you got me. But yeah, I think Amber Nova would be another good signing. I think you're right, Chanel. And that's someone I rarely ever talk about, so I'm glad you brought her up. But yeah, I don't think she's currently signed anywhere. I know she's recently done work with WWE. I know she was signed to Impact I want to say just a couple years ago. So yeah, I could see her going to AEW. Any thoughts on Anna Jay? And if you have any thoughts on, I don't know if you've seen Amber Nova or not.
I don't really have a lot to say about Amber Nova. I'm not too familiar with her, so I don't want to say anything and just talk out of my booty, because I don't. But I mean, if you guys are both interested in her and with her signing with AEW, I'm definitely interested now. I think Anna Jay would be a very cool one. I think that she does deserve some more individual matches. I think she's incredibly talented. She's absolutely gorgeous. I love what they're doing with her. I feel like that wouldn't it be cool if she became the one that brought the Dark Order together and became the leader, because she would be the one winning all the time. Wouldn't that be kind of a...
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Did you watch Being the Elite at all?
I haven't watched it recently. No, I didn't see it.
So it's wild because so the Dark Order has become just a total comedy act, and Stu Grayson is the only one kind of playing it straight. But Anna Jay is he simps hard for Anna Jay. So it's he'll give his opinion and let it be known that he thinks all this dumb stuff's going on with the Dark Order. And then when she's around and she tells him to do something, he just simps hard. So it's interesting because Anna Jay, you can tell, is in a position where it's Brody Lee runs the Dark Order, but he's clearly, I think Brody Lee views Anna Jay as his second in command, even over Stu Grayson and Evil Uno and stuff. So I think there is going to be more coming from Anna Jay with that story. I really do.
Yeah, cool. Let me hear it.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's caught up on the super chats. Feel free to keep sending those, y'all.
Yeah.
We'll sit here for the next 3 hours reading those out after there. Yes. Up next we had, hold on, Chanel has a follow up. She's actually not been signed anywhere. She had a couple appearances in Impact NXT. Steven, I wish I looked like Ariana. Well, I mean, everyone's beautiful. You know what I mean? I just have no idea what any of y'all look like. So I whether it's right or not, I kind of that picture is what you know what I mean? I don't have anything else to base off of. But wow, so she wasn't even signed to Impact. But I do remember her wrestling there, as you were saying. She's had some appearances there in NXT. So I was right as far as where she's been, but I guess she's never actually been signed anywhere. She's another one. She's good looking and she's good in the ring. The good looking aspect isn't nearly as important. I want to make that clear. But it's a bonus. It's definitely a bonus. There's definitely people who aren't as good at wrestling as others that look really, really not even necessarily attractive. There's certain people that just fit certain roles. There's it's the same as movies. Sometimes you just need the funny fat guy, and you got to be the funny fat guy. The funny skinny guy just isn't gonna work in that scenario. There's that exists. You know what I mean? So I think that that's just all I'm gonna say there. I think Anna Jay, she checks a lot of boxes which I think is a really good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, she does.
Up next, we have Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in the Elite Deletion, which I'm assuming will be like a cinematic.
Oh,
Yeah, like the Ultimate Deletion and
okay.
all that stuff.
That's probably a better idea.
Probably. I mean, I'm totally over this stuff, but
Me
like,
too.
it's on you first for the prediction of who wins though. Who do you think takes this win in this? Well, I mean, I'm just assuming it's going to be cinematic. I don't know that, but who do you think wins?
That would probably make me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of over this feud. They really, the All Out really, I mean, especially being there live, it definitely took the wind out of my sails a little bit. It was definitely really scary. I really don't know who's going to win this. I want to say Matt Hardy, but I mean, Sammy Guevara could really use a win. I mean, he got thrown through, but I mean, if it's a deletion match, it has to be Matt Hardy winning. Like, you can't have Sammy Guevara be deleting, you know?
I mean, I see what you're saying, but like, I don't understand. Like, this is me personally, because I feel like we're not alone in like being the only ones that feel like this has already been kind of played out, this whole story, and like, especially what's been happening, like the last match, and this whole feud has just been cursed. I feel like this has to be the blow off, and I'm gonna be honest, it would bother me as a hardcore fan of AEW, as somebody who, like, since before the company started, like, that's the background on my fucking phone. You know what I mean? Like, I love this. I would be highly disappointed if Matt Hardy wound up winning this feud over Sammy Guevara. Like, I think Sammy needs to win the blow off match. It has to be for something for him. But I'm with you though, Jessi. I get that too though. If this is like, it's like a Matt Hardy type match, he should have the advantage.
Whoa, hold on a second. The top 50 in the ratings consisted entirely of news shows. Neither AEW or NXT charted. Yeah.
I believe it.
Wow.
That makes sense this week.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, you know what? I agree. Yeah, as a wrestling fan, I would want Sammy Guevara to win. I just want this to be over.
Yeah. I'm with you. Hopefully it's better than we're expecting.
It should be creative.
Well, especially if it is like a deletion cinematic type match, because then at least, like you were saying, like they can kind of control this a lot better. So.
Yes, and I did see that Tony Khan has increased their concussion protocols and their safety protocols, which is good for them. Really good for them. They definitely learned their lesson after that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what was the All Out? Was that the show? That was a mess. Also, just randomly, I'm going to bring this up because I forgot to before, and it's not like listed here or anything, but wanted to give a shout out to Pac, who looks like he's going to be coming back soon. And
that was a great video package.
It was. Fantastic. So I'm interested to see where he winds up falling. I can't remember the promo. Did he say who he was coming after or anything?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. I think he was just talking about how he's been pent up, getting buff.
Yeah.
He's just been sitting in a room lifting weights. That's what. Like, that was so great, though. I was so happy.
Yeah. Well, and he's gonna have legitimate claim to some pretty big stuff here soon, which it'll kind of tie into. Actually, I'm gonna do this because the rest are title matches. We're gonna talk about Hangman and Omega right now because I think that, especially talking about Pac, I can see a scenario where we get, well, okay, I'll just call it now. I think Kenny Omega is going to beat Hangman Page on this show. I'm going to take Omega for the win. That's my prediction.
Yeah, me too.
I think that Omega is going to be the one to beat Moxley for the title. That's another one of my predictions.
Ooh.
I think that Pac will be one of the first people to challenge Omega because they already have the history themselves. But I think eventually Hangman Page will be the one to take the belt off of Omega. And it's going to be a story. I think the story is going to be that Hangman loses this match and then realizes like what matters in his life and like aligns himself with the right people and like stops drinking and the whole thing. And I think I think when Omega and Hangman have another match, it'll be for the title, and Hangman will be sober or whatever, and like he'll be taking it more seriously. And I think that's going to be like his big redemption, and he'll win it from Kenny. Is my long term. We're talking like a year and a half out kind of stuff. But I think short term, I think Kenny Omega wins this match, and then I guess at the next pay-per-view or whenever they wind up doing the match, I think that Omega's going to be the one to beat Moxley for the title. What do you think?
Ooh, that's an interesting. I really like that. I do think that in the Kenny Omega Hangman Page match, I do think Kenny Omega wins. I think that it solidifies him as the cleaner. I think he's basically the cleaner. Kind of, I guess not fully the cleaner, not really, like just kind of the AEW version of it, or this new Vamp 2.0 version of the cleaner, whatever he wants to be. Kenny Omega's just a really fun heel. I feel like Hangman Page will probably go on a bender, do something, and like you said, I would really love it to be his like coming back story for him to win. You know, I think honestly, I think it'd be like a good message for like, I don't know, the public.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not even necessarily saying he has to like go completely sober. It's just every time you see him, doesn't have a drink in his hand. You know. Yeah.
Get it under control and learn to moderate and all that. So I think that would actually be really cool, and I do think that Pac should probably just go straight to the top because he is a top talent. So I do see that would be really fun for Kenny Omega and Pac to be the first kind of challenging match. You think Kenny Omega's gonna beat Moxley, correct?
I think that he's gonna be the one to take the title off him. I don't know exactly when all this is gonna happen, because I also think Chanel,
a long time.
And also Chanel brings up a really good point about Pac going after Eddie Kingston. I could because they even use that in the video package. So at the beginning of that video package last night, I noticed how it started with Eddie being like, "Where's your British friend?" or whatever, and then it went into. So you know what? That's probably what we're gonna get first, Chanel. I think that's a really good call. We'll probably get Pac versus Eddie or other people in that stable, and eventually wrestling Eddie. So I think that's where they go first. But there is the built-in match between Omega and Pac from their history also.
Mm-hmm. That is, that's great because Mox and Omega both have match history as well.
Yes.
So I completely agree. So so I think that would be good. So that would be Pac or whatever would be Kenny Omega's first challenger. I do really like that. I think that would be really, really interesting. I think that'd be a lot of fun too, and I think it would be a great way to get Pac quickly back to the top. But like you said, and like Chanel said, having him interfere with this Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston match, I guess we can do predictions for that now as well. I do not think Eddie Kingston wins.
Let's go right into it.
So I am so excited for this match though, because like of that promo last night, that had me like wanting to run through a brick wall. That was great. Just talking about your mom, and just like that sounds really silly, but it was just like, your mama promised me we were sitting at the dinner table, like just like it was so visceral and real, and just the way that Eddie Kingston was like perfectly interrupting him, and like they were just going back. It felt like a play. It felt like I was watching like dramatic theater.
Yeah, it was
just like ears.
But it was so perfect because the thing was they weren't allowed to fight each other, or else the match is off. So they both know that, and neither of them want the match to be canceled. So they're saying whatever they want to say to each other, knowing the other isn't going to swing, or else the whole thing's off. So Moxley is saying all this stuff. I think her name was Ruthie. I think your mom, Ruthie. Yeah. And it got to Kingston so bad that he turned his back to him and wouldn't look at him. While like those are just the little things where like no one else is doing this kind of just next level stuff, like psychology wise. Like he turns away from him and he's literally, like you were saying, he's like kind of looking over his shoulder to respond, but he won't even fully turn around because like he just can't even. He's just so pissed about not being able to hit him. I mean, and then Eddie also has to be the one to walk away first too, like just basically yelling on his way out, saying like you made me do this, you know what, like this is coming to you, blah blah blah. You know I can't hit you, so I'm out of here. You know, like it was so. And then also Moxley's big thing being like, you promised your mom that you could do this, and you're not going to be able to accomplish the goal. Like, and you know it. It's going to kill you.
Motivating him and insulting him simultaneously.
Amazing stuff.
So good. It was awesome. So I think that because I think you want with this match, and it's funny because I was thinking before the show, I was thinking, man, how, I don't know how I'm going to predict this, because while I know in my heart that Jon Moxley's going to win, and there's a part of me in my heart that wants, and I guess my brain, I know Jon Moxley's going to win, but in my heart I want Eddie Kingston to win just because of his just incredible aura and his just presence on AEW since he just walked in, I think that would actually be a great way to still get Jon Moxley the win while not damaging or hurting Eddie Kingston in any way, because I feel like it would still make it incredible, if that makes any sense.
It makes sense. I'm just interested to see how they get around the I quit part of it, because I can't imagine either of these guys saying I quit. So
what if Pac or Pac, whatever, what if he comes in, just walks Eddie Kingston, knocks him out, and he quits and just like drops him?
I mean, it could be something like that. I could see something like that maybe happening, because that was the thing with the Roman Reigns and Jey Uso match from Hell in a Cell that was so good, was Jey wouldn't quit until Jimmy was about to get his ass kicked. And I don't think it's like that with Eddie.
They better not bring Ruthie in.
Yeah, that's the only person I think that they could possibly, because I don't think he would quit for like the Butcher, the Blade, or the Lucha Brothers. I don't think them getting beat up would make him quit.
What if Pac has his mom?
That could be good. That could be really good.
And Sue comes in and saves the day.
Sue versus Miss Kingston.
Yes. Sue versus Ruthie. Book it.
Oh my god. War Games. Yeah, so I'm gonna take Moxley to retain as well. I think that it's gonna be, I expect it to just be incredible. And these two guys are nuts. Like, there could be some broken tables and shattered glass and potentially thumbtacks and barbed wire, the whole deal. I don't know what we're gonna get out of this. What's that?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. But yeah, we both got Moxley retaining there. Moving on, we got the big tag team showdown. FTR, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, taking on the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. If the Bucks lose, they will never challenge for the AEW World titles again. I really hate that stipulation.
I know. I hate this stip.
It just didn't need it. It just didn't need it. Because now I'm more likely to pick the Bucks because of it. And I wish that wasn't the case.
I wasn't going to before, and now I feel like I have to.
Same. I was going to take FTR also, but I'm leaning Young Bucks because, what are they going to do? Unless they wind up doing something where, I know Cody's got his name back, and they could always just be like, well, Cody Rhodes never said he couldn't challenge for the AEW World title.
He just did in the presser.
Oh, he said that he still can't challenge for... Okay, I like that. I missed that. Okay. I like that he's still... So, the only thing I could see potentially with that kind of story, and with the Young Bucks also doing it, is maybe we get to a point where, like, the Young Bucks lose, they can't challenge for the titles. And then Kenny goes up against Mox or whatever winds up happening and loses, and, like, he adds that stipulation at some time during the build. So, like, all of the elite are in that position, and like maybe Hangman's the only one who's even able to challenge for a title still, and like he's the one, like some like big winner take all, like if Hangman wins the title then everyone's eligible again or something like that. Or I was
gonna say, why couldn't they just do a match with someone else saying like if we win we get our chances back?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Like that would be
because there's no reason to have these stipulations unless it's gonna be some bigger story. Because it's hypothetically speaking, if I know Cody's saying he's only going to wrestle another like 5 years or whatever, but I think he'll wrestle longer. And and Matt and Nick, I think that Nick will outlast Matt just because of the age difference, but so I think Nick will have a singles run after Matt retires, but it's still going to be like a while from now. And the reason I bring this up is because it is unrealistic to think that like 10 years from now, you're really saying like 10 years from now, the Young Bucks still are never going to be the AEW Tag Team Champions at any point because of this stipulation from this one match, the second year of their existence. Like, I just don't see it. But maybe I'm gonna take FTR.
You are.
I would take FTR in my predictions. Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense, doesn't it? It does. I'm gonna take the Young Bucks just because it'll spice things up, will make things spicy. I'm gonna take the Young Bucks just because that's weird.
Yeah.
Why would you add it? It's got to make sense somewhere. It's AEW. I have faith. It's not like WWE where they just like write it off.
Yeah.
It was added for a reason. I don't see them. Yeah, they gotta win. And then it sucks for FTR because I feel like they should win, but I'm just gonna go Young Bucks just to spice things up. Just because that stip is messing with me so bad. I think that's what they want.
Yeah. I mean, it could go either way. There's things they could do with either result. I think the match itself, I mean, it's probably the match that's going to have the highest expectations of any match on the show, considering the talent involved, the fact that this has been like a 3-year build for this match.
The whole tweet thing, yeah.
Yeah, like, I still remember when all that was going on, when FTR was the NXT champions and the whole deal. And I remember Cody going on podcasts and basically defending the Young Bucks and being like, yeah, FTR, what they're doing is great, but like, they're doing it like once a month on pay-per-view. Like the Young Bucks are out there doing it every night, kind of. And so, I mean, this is going to be really good, but I will take FTR. You're going with the Young Bucks. And either way, we're going to get we should get a really, really good match. The only issue this match could possibly have is if it doesn't, quote unquote, live up to the hype, because there's going to be really high expectations.
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on you guys to really deliver.
You're right. A lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. And last match we got here, AEW TNT Championship, Cody Rhodes defending the title against Darby Allin. This is a really hard one to call because
I know.
This is also where the stipulations fuck with the story. Because if Cody was able to challenge for the world title, I would say Darby Allin here. Because it would because Cody would have something else to kind of work towards. That's the problem with the pigeonholing with these kind of stories, is if they stick to the stipulation, there's nothing else for Cody to do but this championship. Like, this is like the biggest thing he can win. Like, he could always do a tag team or something, but I don't think that's what he wants, and I don't think that's what the fans really want. And, you know what I mean? It's just like, or he could be fighting for no belts, but like, the belts have been made to be the most important things on the show, which they should be. Like, that's the big difference between AEW and WWE, in my opinion. The belts in WWE don't matter. In AEW, they're, even Moxley, or even Kingston said it in his promo yesterday with Moxley. He's like, there's other championship belts, they just don't mean that much. Like, the AEW title means the most of any of them. And it's like, that's the truth. And, but that's the thing. So that's what makes me lean towards Cody, is like, if he loses, then what? Like, you go for the TNT title a third time, you can't go for the world title. But I think Darby Allin would be better suited with that title right now because of the potential matchups for it with like him and Jungle Boy, him and Sammy, him and MJF, you could bring up so many different people. Even Hangman Page, if he like detours from like the world title mix to like the TNT title mix. Cody, I think, is the overall better wrestler. I think Cody's probably the best overall talent AEW has, like overall, between in-ring, promos, character. Arguments can be made for people like Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley and even Eddie Kingston and stuff. But I think Cody is the most just total package for television star that they have. And I'm really torn on this because Darby also needs some big wins because he really is valuable for their future, and he's gone the distance with Cody before, or really close, where he almost beat him.
Didn't it?
Well, that was the one where Darby, and they might have maybe Darby and I remember
Fight for the Fallen, wasn't it? No, yeah.
Well, the thing was the rematch that I'm thinking of, where Darby coffin dropped Cody, and Cody just like rolled onto him, like Darby basically pinned himself. So yeah, this is just a really hard one to call, but they have done Darby once or twice before. I feel like, and Cody has either not lost or won, but Darby has not beat him. This has got to be it. I'm going to go with Darby Allin to win the title in this one. I got to.
Ooh, spicy. Yeah, I'm going to go Darby too. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I do. I think Darby Allin gets this win. I mean, he's been sitting there up there watching. Very Sting-like, honestly.
Yep.
Up there in the rafters, scouting.
I love it.
I think Darby Allin gets when he needs a win, man. He really does. And I think this is the way to do it. And like you said, it's really interesting that Cody has stated that there's some other name that he wasn't going to go by.
Who, Cody?
I can't. Yeah.
Another like a nickname?
Yeah.
That he was going to use. I missed what you.
Yeah. Oh no, there were layoffs at ESPN. Sean Rossap tweeted it.
The Ace or the Prince or anything that kind of shit.
Something like Knight Rider or something. Oh, Midnight Rider.
Midnight Rider. That's his new nickname. Midnight Rider.
I don't know
Cody.
what he said.
Oh, interesting.
He said.
Huh.
But someone said that's exactly what someone planning to be Midnight Rider would do. But I don't know if maybe Sting appoints him a new name. I don't know. Him and Sting are like BFF. I don't know.
Were you talking about Darby or Cody?
I'm talking about Cody. Cody really likes Sting.
Yeah. I thought that's what you were talking about. Yeah. I mean, I'd be great with Sting coming into the company just for what it's worth. I actually thought that pre-pandemic I was calling for Sting when Jericho started using a baseball bat more often. I thought that Sting was going to come in to help against the Inner Circle. And I think that it could have been the plan. I honestly think, and this goes for all companies, whether it be Impact, WWE, AEW, whatever, I think there's a lot of cool ideas that they have not done because there hasn't been fans. Like that they had planned and they were like, we're going to push this until we can get people back. And I think Sting might have been, I'm just speculating, obviously, but like, I feel like Sting would already be in AEW at this point if fans were there.
Yeah.
But now they're kind of at a point where it's kind of the point of no return. Some of the fans are coming back.
There was quite a few there at All Out, and I feel like there's going to be more at Full Gear. I feel like they're doing more capacity.
Yeah, in Florida especially, they're really starting to open it up. Like
Florida, you can have as many people as you want.
So I think the time is coming. It might be this weekend. And honestly, like if Sting's healthy, I'm up for him having one more match also. Like I'll throw that out there too. I don't think he.
You know, he says he can't, but.
Yeah, it depends on how they do it. And I wouldn't want him to risk his health. Like if it's like one of those things
where
Cody
out there doing stuff.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the thing with Sting that was so scary was that he almost got paralyzed in that last match he had with Seth Rollins. It was really uncomfortable to watch. But he also wouldn't be out there taking buckle bombs in AEW. Like he'd be taking stuff that he has never had issue with. But I don't know. It depends on his health and his safety and if he's comfortable with it or not. I just kind of hated Sting going out on that note. It just left kind of a bad feeling in my stomach. I'm a huge Sting fan.
I need you to left. I want to do the left. The baby's getting bigger.
Yeah, the baby's getting bigger.
Why is my butt?
What?
Hi guys. You want to eat this? No. Eat it?
But that's the card. So
That's it.
It'd be a really good card, yeah.
What color this is?
Well, I'll get the sponsors pulled up. If you want to tell everybody what to do, if you like what you see, turn on your TV and do it. Zoom.
Hey, what should people do with our YouTube channel? Yeah, what should people do with our YouTube channel? Subscribe, and what else? Like up. That's
nailed it.
Yeah.
And don't forget to say my name, FEARLEEY.
Whoa, we went off on a tangent. Awesome. So make sure if you do like what you see, make sure you do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We love our chat, our super chat. Thank you so much.
Don't forget to subscribe and like us.
Yes.
Bye.
Not yet. We're not going to bye-bye.
Almost.
And make sure to give this video a thumbs up because it does really help the algorithm out. It'll get more like-minded, amazing people in the chat, just like you. We appreciate everyone so much. We love our chat. We love our good vibes. No, we don't have 0. We have 12 right now. But that says 0. Yeah, she's looking at. Oh, there it goes. See, now it says 12. She's looking at the analytics. When we're live, I see analytics. So.
Somebody else got 0?
Yeah, someone else. That was a mistake. So please do give this video a thumbs up. Please do share it if you like it. If you like our chat, please tell us other people about it. It really means a lot to us. It really does help us out, especially with the holiday season coming around. We do really need that ad revenue and the chat revenue more than ever. And so it would be really nice. And we love our chat. Thank you so much everyone for being such a great distraction today. I hope everyone was able to kind of decompress a little bit from stuff going on. Obviously it's not over. So yeah, Steven, take it away.
Yes, thank you. Let me start talking about WrestleRumble.com. They are the place to be for fantasy pick'em contests for professional wrestling. They have a belt giveaway right now, and there's also, I believe there's going to be an actual Survivor Series pick'em contest as well. So stay up to date with all their stuff on WrestleRumble.com and on Twitter at WrestleRumble. Right now, you can jump on there for $1. They are giving away an AEW World Championship, an original NXT World Championship, an ECW World Championship, and a National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Championship. All 4 are like they're real deal replicas. Obviously, that's kind of an oxymoron, but they're like the replica titles that normally cost like $300-400. And hypothetically speaking, you could win all 4 of them for $4 total, which is just awesome. And as I mentioned, I believe they're also going to be doing a pick'em contest where you can pick the winners, losers. They'll have a separate prize list for that. Everything will be announced as far as the raffle on the Solomonsters YouTube live stream. So that's Solomonsters right there on the screen. SOLOMONSTER. Right after the show, what he does is he does a whole review of the pay-per-view. And then towards the end of the show, he pulls up random.org and all the names for everybody who's entered into the raffle gets put on the screen. He hits the button and you see it right there in front of everyone. No tricks. It's very transparent how it all works. And once again, for $1, 4 incredible title belts on the line. I would love any of those. I would legitimately, these are 4 of my favorite World Championship belts ever. So really, really cool stuff. So once again, check that out on WrestleRumble.com and stay up to date with all their contests at WrestleRumble. Also, shout out to Music City Toys and Collectibles. They have amazing deals on magazines, DVDs, autographs, anything you think of. They're really nice people to do really fair business. Let's see what's new for them. Let's see what we got here. So here's their latest thing 3 hours ago, calling all WWE card collectors. So going to be doing some sales for these WWE signed cards soon. Those are awesome if you're a collector. You just got a whole bunch of these WWE figures in. I mean, just all this good stuff. Really easy to use. Just search for Music City Toys and Collectibles on all social media. And like I said, they're really nice people. They give you a fair deal on anything you're looking for. And also, shout out to my brother Brian Jensen. He is a co-owner of Steel Boxing and Athletics, a gym out of Atlanta, Georgia. He works with Parkinson's Foundations and can help you reach your goals. Whether you're looking to learn how to throw hands, get in better shape, learn how to box on a professional or amateur level, just self-defense, whatever it is, whether you're a kid or you're elderly, and even if you have any kind of neurological issue, Brian is literally an expert in those fields. And he helps people with Parkinson's and similar neurological issue and stuff like that. He can help you in person in Atlanta, either at his gym, at your business, at your house, at a park, whatever works easiest for you in person, or he can meet you online over a Zoom call or anything like that. No matter where you are in the world, he can help you out. See all these pictures on the screen, all the people. This is one of the boxers he trains, just some random people training in his gym. This is the Parkinson's Clash. They got a lot of really cool stuff going on there, and he helps a wide variety of people. You can follow him on Instagram at BoxingATL. That's BoxingATL. And also his gym is at Steel Boxing and Athletics, and that's Steel with an E at the end. His co-owner's name is Christian Steele, spelled like that. It's STEELE, Boxing Athletics. So check all that out. Support him and the gym because they support the show. And if you hit him up on Instagram, just tell them, just like all of our sponsors, tell them that you heard of them through me and Jessi, and I promise you get a really, really good deal on whatever you are trying to do. And also, for myself, you can follow me at FightTalk_, that's FIGHTTALK_ on Twitter. I have an MMA video that comes out pretty often on all things MMA. Just had one come out about UFC tragedies, like personal tragedies. Pretty heavy video, but with a lot of good stuff. I had a George St. Pierre video come out a couple weeks ago that y'all can check out. Once again, that's at All Things MMA on YouTube. I do a weekly MMA show on my Fight Talk podcast feed with my friend John Mosley, who is an independent wrestling commentator and ring announcer, who's also a huge MMA fan. We do that show every Monday, so check that out here on the feed. Twitch is the same as Twitter, FightTalk_. Fightful Select Weekender podcast, talking all things non-WWE and pretty much non-AEW, pretty much everything going on in the indies and Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, all that stuff. That's available on FightfulSelect.com, part of the Fightful Patreon service. I do other random things here and there. Should have another episode with Jamie Kilstein soon, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. And just keep up to date on my Twitter, because that's where I post everything. Jessi, what is going on with you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Jessi the Buckeye. It's right there.
It's on Instagram.
Yes, but our Instagram is private.
No, it's not.
But if you want
no, it's not.
it's private.
No, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really good. And we got 10.
Yeah, we have 10 people. Yay. But if you want to see more pictures, really quiet. If you want to see more of me, go to my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/JessiBuckeye.
And then meet them and like some like after that we do private sometimes.
Sure. And so that's where you can. No.
I'm sure that exists on the site, but
I'm sure it
yeah.
exists. But no, there's none of that. But there's some fun
You
stuff.
will cast my mommy because I'm gonna buy some stuff.
Yeah, so you really need to subscribe because we gotta buy stuff. So apparently.
Yeah.
So if you could really subscribe to my OnlyFans and help support me and help me pay my bills, I would really appreciate it.
Love you, bye.
Aww. Hey, stop. Ah, don't do that. That would really help me out. Sorry, can you please be quiet? Just please. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. It really helps us out. Like I said, Scarlett, I'm a close neighbor.
No.
Then I need you to be quiet.
I'm not cute.
I know you do. Just give me one, okay?
No.
Do y'all have an elf
And
on
so
the
just-
shelf
yeah,
that
no.
that watches her to make sure?
We do.
Yeah. 100.
Scarlett, what I say? What I say? Make a bubble. Make a bubble. Can you do it? Bubble. Ready? 3, 2. How long can you keep it? You can't. Okay. But yeah. So
I can't keep it that long.
So careful. So YouTube and obviously my Twitter. That's where you're gonna see me live tweeting wrestling and live tweeting Ohio State games. By the way, Ohio State has a night game on Saturday night against Rutgers at 7:30. So I'm gonna be a hot mess that night because not only do I have full gear, I also have Don't do that. I also have Full Gear and I have Ohio State football, which I'm very serious about. So
Yes, sounds like me
should-
during because usually UFC and AEW are on at the same time. So I know the feeling. It's exciting when you get to dual screen like that and you're into both.
Yeah. Depending on how the Rutgers game goes, because Rutgers is actually kind of good here, and Greg Schiano was our former coordinator for Ohio State, so he does kind of know our scheme and everything, so it'll be really interesting. But I just don't think Rutgers has the recruitment power that Ohio State does, and it's a night game at home in Columbus. So I think I'm not gonna do any predictions. I'm not gonna talk no, you know what, because I cannot handle Ohio State losing. I'm a mess. Like I'm not fun to watch those games with. Even my mom was like, "Jessica, you're just the worst." I was like, "Thanks, Mom." But so yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But I am sending out a photo set on All I Can tonight. So if you want to subscribe to that, that would be really, 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 really kind of you. Or subscribe to the YouTube channel and keep watching these. And yeah, Twitter, follow me there. Oh, that's so silly. I never post anything political or anything like that, by the way. So you won't ever see anything like that from me.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Everyone stay safe and it keeps their anxiety in check. And I hope that we were able to be a good distraction for you. Take a bath every day and eat your head.
Yeah. Okay. We'll probably be back early next week for y'all to do a review of this show sometime before Dynamite, probably on like Tuesday or something. Usually is when we usually wind up on here. We may also have Jamie Kilstein with us on that show. I'm going to talk to him about that tomorrow, so we might have kind of a three-way review. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. We appreciate all the super chats. We appreciate the donations, and we appreciate all y'all just coming in here and hanging out. We really appreciate it. So as Jessi was saying, make sure to leave a thumbs up. It helps a lot. Make sure to subscribe. And we are going to be doing a giveaway for our subscribers. Just, we're working on it. So it'll yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment. But we will have some cool stuff to give away for y'all soon, because we were going to do that at 10,000 subscribers. We're almost at 11 now, which is awesome. And we want to reward y'all for being loyal and checking this out. So yeah, that's gonna do it. We'll see y'all early next week. Make sure you're following both of us on Twitter and subscribe, because that's when you'll know when we're live, because we usually don't know till the day of. So so we'll see y'all next time. Enjoy AEW